Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join His mission.
I had this idea of starting a resource center, a research and resource center to regarding missions mobilization. And in thinking about it, I thought, there's such a revolving door in missions right now. Many missionaries will say they're going long-term and they'll serve for 2 years and that's it.
Well,
right?
Okay, but isn't 2 years pretty long-term in this day and age?
To some,
Yeah.
to some it is. But we need longer termers.
Okay, you're talking.
I'm talking, yeah.
The old missionary grit, pack
You
your
bet.
bags in the coffin, go overseas.
Well, it doesn't have to be a lifetime, but in order for a lot to happen, in order for ministry to take place, we need longer term missionaries who will invest, more than 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. In a place so that they can invest in and build those relationships.
You're not even getting into the language within 2 years.
Absolutely.
I mean, order fried rice, maybe.
Right.
But
maybe find the restroom, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So
you're seeing this happen.
I'm seeing this happen. So I thought to myself, if we're going to address missions mobilization, we have to also at the same time address missionary retention.
I see.
And so I had this idea of starting a resource center called the Center for Missionary Mobilization and Retention, which would kind of educate, train, and resource the wider constituency outside of Trinity Bible College and Graduate School, within as well, but the broader context of the missions world, because there are so few resources when it comes to missionary mobilization. And so I went to our leadership. I said, I've got this idea. And they said, we think this is great. Let's talk to Assembly of God World Mission. So I met with them, and all parties agreed that, this needs to happen. And so we've been in existence for about 1.5 years now.
Okay. I love that you added the missionary mobilization and retention, because going back to that thought, it is amazing the amount of missionaries who, for probably a lot of reasons that can be addressed on the field, will return home.
Right.
And so, in fact, it reminds me of the Holmes and Rahe stress test. You've heard about this?
No, I haven't heard this.
Okay, well, I write about this in The Mind of a Missionary when it comes to missionary attrition. Holmes and Rahe stress test.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just testing to see if you've read the book.
I did. I have read your book. It was a while ago.
Shameless plug for The Mind of a Missionary.
Yeah, you bet.
The Holmes and Rahe stress test, I want to say it was 1967, it was in the early 70s perhaps, when they came up with all these life-changing units, LCUs. Okay, if you've had a death of a family member, it doesn't have to all be bad, a marriage, divorce, et cetera, then this is a major cause for something that brings stress or brings stress. Right. And so if you have a certain amount of these life change units,
they kind of add up.
It adds up. If you get to, I think it was 100, then you may become ill. If you get to 200 on that scale, Holmes and Rahe stress scale, you could be hospitalized. 300 will have long-term health problems. Now, they find out that when missionaries take the Holmes and Rahe stress test equivalent, they're living first-term missionaries at a whopping 900 on the Holmes and Rahe stress scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Long-term missionaries live at around 600, and then other people are balancing around 300. This is basically, we're living on the brink of sickness all the time. You can see why all those stressors will cause people to go home.
Yeah, definitely. And it's even more so in today's day and age. So we do research on several components of why missionaries come back. It can be team conflict, it could be finances, but definitely those stressors of living in a different culture. I think I read that the divorce rate among expats in general, so Christians and just Americans who live overseas, the divorce rate's 75%.
Wow. Because of cross-cultural barriers or difficulties,
right? Because of all the stress.
Yeah.
Churches, missionaries themselves need to do a better job at member care and taking care of our missionaries. And so there's a lot of things that missionaries can do. We have a portion on our website that is missionary self-care.
Okay.
You know, are you taking a Sabbath? How's your relationship with the Lord? You know, are you accountable with somebody? There's all sorts of resources, articles and books that we've kind of curated that can help missionaries take better care of themselves physically and spiritually. But there's also stuff for pastors on there. So what can churches do as they're sending missionaries? But it doesn't stop there. You know, churches and pastors need to do some things, implement some things in order to care for their missionaries while they're on the field. Visits, letters, videos. Missionaries need to know that they're not forgotten and that people are praying for them and supporting them in that way.
Not out of sight, out of mind. And
Right.
so this could be found at missionarymobilization.org.
That's right.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join His mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.